Hello, everyone. It's great to see you guys, all folks at ViteConf. And today I'm super excited to introduce a library bundler called tsdown. Tsdown is designed to be an elegant solution for bundling libraries. Its goal to help both front-end and back-end developers build and publish their TypeScript libraries more efficiently and easily. So in this talk, I will cover tsdown's design philosophy and its key feature and how it makes library developments simpler and more streamlined. So let me introduce myself quickly. I'm the author of tsdown, View Macros, and Elk. I'm also a part of team member behind the View Use, and Rolldown OXC. I'm also maintaining projects like Unplugging QuantSync. I'm an independent open source developer, currently sponsored by Voice Zero. So if you are interested in my work, feel free to follow me on GitHub, Blue Sky, or Twitter. So these days, I'm mainly focused on maintaining JavaScript toolchains projects along with some random things on GitHub. So have you ever using tsdown? Who? Wow, great, thank you. So, what is library bundler exactly? The essence of bundling is to take your source code like TypeScript, Vue.js or JSX if you are using React or Solid, and turn it into the library outputs that other projects can use it directly. So it automatically handles things like formats, dependencies, and type declarations, and bundle everything together into one or multiple files. So it can be also take care of minification or tree shaking. So in short, bundling makes your code ready to use in other projects right out of the box. So Alex has already covered a lot of bundling things, so I won't repeat those points here, thanks to him. So you might be wondering, there is already so many library bundlers out there, like Rollup, ESBuild, tsup, or Unbuild, and more. So why do we have another one, tsdown? Actually, publishing a library comes a lot of pain points, right? For example, the complicated configuration. Tools like Rollup are plugin based. So you often have to set up a bunch of plugins and just to get a complete bundling overflow. And plugins can sometimes conflict with each other. And ESBuild and tsup are simpler, but they are not feature rich as Rollup and don't have this powerful plugin ecosystem. And type declaration is another headache. We have TSC, but it only converts TypeScript files into JavaScript files and DTS files one by one. So if you need multiple outputs formats like CGS and ESN, you have to write your own script to generate write declarations. And if you want to bundle DTS together, you will even need even more tools like API extractor, right? And multi-format output is also a hassle. If you are using a ESBuild or Rollup and want to output ESM, CGS, IIFE, you might need three separate configs or try to just share the common parts, right? Which is still a pain, I think. And then there are performance bottlenecks. Large projects are building very slowly if you have one. Yeah, Rollup is writing in JavaScript, so it's naturally slower than tools like ESBuild or Rolldown, so which they are written in Rust or Go. So there are these issues come up all the time in my real development, especially if you are building library regularly. So tsdown was created to solve these pain points, I think. tsdown's purpose is very clear. It's built specifically for modern library development. It aims to minimal configuration and works out of the box. It automatically handles type declaration and smart dependency handling. So it knows exactly what to bundle and what to externalize. And you get multiple format output with a consistent experience. No need to write separate configs for different formats, such as ESM, right? And performance is top notch, powered by the super great Rodan engine, which is written in Rust. So it's incredibly fast. And tsdown also embraces the modern development paradigm. So the ecosystem, the JavaScript ecosystem is involves very quickly. What was the best practice 2 years ago might already be outdated today. Okay, so what exactly can Rodan do? It supports common JS modules, like it can handle code like require debug and output CSS format, of course, or convert them to ESM for browser use. Node.js and browsers don't recognize .view files if you are a view user, but tsdown can bundle view components in and emits like JavaScript files and DTS files. And it can bundle type declarations into a single DTS files, making distribution and usage more easier. It supports code minification and tree shaking, perfect for libraries that need to stay small for browser use. And of course, a bundle of bundles. So if your library is for browser, and you definitely want to use a bunch of separate JavaScript files, yeah, as mentioned the previously talked, you and however for Node.js, some people prefer not to bundle, right? So we also provide a bundleless mode, and you can choose bundle or not to bundle. The most importantly, tsdown has a powerful plugin ecosystem and it supports like unplugging, rollup, replugging. There are even more features, but today I will focus on some of key features. Getting started with tsdown is super easy and straightforward. You can create a new project with a single command, pnpm create tsdown, or just add it manually to an existing project like. And bundling is only takes one command, just press tsdown. No config needed. We provide sensible defaults cover most of the common usage. And it supports npm, pnpm, yarn, and bong, right? And it works with Node 20 and above. Deno and bong is supported by experimental now. And you can mix CLI flags with config file. For example, you can use tsdown no DTS to override DTS option in your config file. And all common options are available, like formats, watch, and more. Type declaration is hard to manage, right? If you has two formats like CSS and ESM. So tsdown has a built-in automatic DTS generation. No need for TSC or manual configuration. It just works out the box and it's so fast. It supports tsdown's isolated declarations mode powered by OXE, and it also supports TypeScript Go. So you can still get a great performance even without isolated decorations. And plus, it offers multi-project and multi-threaded generation, building multiple packages and in parallel and take advantage of your all CPU cores. And it also has a built-in support for Vue SFC, right? tsdown make the dependency handling much easier. It can automatically import or bundle dependencies. And by default, dependency and peer dependency are externalized because they won't be bundled since user will install them through their own package manager. And you also have a fine-grained control with options like external and no external. So you can decide exactly what to bundle or internalize. And dev dependency only bundle if they are actually used. No use one are still left out because there are also a option called inline only to help user to prevent accidentally bundling dependencies. For example, if you accidentally import a fountain or workspace dependency from nowhere, you could it could be bundled for or we call it inline, which is might be huge or unexpected. So with the inline only option, you can specify exactly which dependency you want to inline, and shout out to Anthony for this idea. Multi-formats output and platform support are essential for the library development. So tsdown can generate multiple formats with just one command. And it supports Node, browser, and neutral platforms for all kinds of scenarios. If your target is for the browser, but you imported some Node.js built-in modules, tsdown will warn you about those imports. And tsdown also reads Package.json engines for syntax lowering. So if you use modern features like optional chaining or logical assignment, tsdown can automatically convert them to the compatible with older environments. So if even if your library needs to run on something as old as Node 0.4, besides that, tsdown can also automatically generate the exports and other fields in your package.json. So it detects and fills fields like main, module, types export for you, no manual setup needed. During development, those fields can point to your source code, like under the SRC folder, or making it easily to work with directly with your source. And when you're publishing, they will automatically switch to the bundled output, like under the dist folder. So of course, you have more complex requirements, so you can always customize the export rules. The design of concept of tsdown is to let package be automatically generated along with the configuration of tsdown. And building a Vue component library is easy too. Just add unplugging Vue and enable type decorations for Vue. So it supports Vue SFC, CSS extraction, and type decorations, of course. And for platform compatibility, we recommend to setting platform neutral, so your library can run on the node for SSR and in browsers for CSR. And on the plugin side, tsdown supports roll down unplugging and roll up plugins, and also has partial compatible with the Vite plugins. the plugin API is unified, so the ecosystem is extensive. If you already used any of those tools before, you will feel like at home. So when it comes to performance, the tsdown is one of the fastest library bundler out there. It packs tons of features without slowing you down. And here is the performance comparison chart for tsdown on the large libraries. As you can see, it really stands out compared to the other tools like tsup, unbuild, or rsleep. tsdown is now the successor to tsup. If you are using tsup, switching it to the tsdown is super easy. Migration is automatic, just with one single command, tsdown migrates. And the config is highly compatible. We kept most of tsdown's config options to make the transition more smooth. But it's still a good idea to review your configs after migrating, because we also updated the default values for some options to improve your experience. So be sure to check the migration guide in our docs for more details. This is just a tip of iceberg when it comes to tsdown's feature. There's a lot of powerful and practical stuff for you to explore: tree shaking, modifications, source map, watch modes, unbundle modes, and a lot of those. And the great thing is, all features Alex mentioned before for the rolldown are also available in tsdown, because tsdown is based on the rolldown engine, right? Here is the current status of tsdown. And the monthly npm downloads have reached 873,000. So this month, we became one of the most popular library bundlers in the open source community. And apart from tsup, we already surpassed all other library bundler like unbuild, like rsleep. And more projects are using tsdown, including Vite and Rodan itself. And 2,100 open source projects is depending on tsdown. Over 2,500 GitHub stars we already have. And we also have 52 contributors so far. The chart on the right shows the tsdown's download trend, so feel free to get a try. Okay, here's some comments about tsdown from Twitter, and as you can see, the feedback I think is overwhelming positive. Wow, tsdown is phenomenal. Wow, it's so fast. The speed is insane. Right? And in this case, tsdown is built 2 times faster than tsup. Yeah, absolutely amazing. So what's the next? We will keep going to improve tsdown and aim to be the new library mode for Vite in the future. We already started matching some relapse options like log level and config loader. And CSS support is one of the most requested features, so I'll be looking into how we can provide the best CSS support possible just after this talk. And we also want DTS plugin to be even faster. So we're planning to rewrite the DTS bundling logic in Rust. tsdown will have a full support of for Vite plugins. So in future, if you are using Vite, you can just use tsdown directly without needing a separate config. And there's one thing I want to mention is we plan to integrate with the with DevTools after Anthony's talking, right? So you can just use tsdown to inspect your bundle, to know which plugin is modifying your file, right? And tsdown's success is built on the shoulders of giants. It wouldn't be possible without the foundation work. So many open source projects, including tsdown, unbuild, ESBuild, rollup, unplugging, rollup plugin DTS, and for sure rolldowning, OXCting, and VTing. So there are a lot of story behind all of this. I can talk about them all the day. So if you are interested in tsdown, you can check out the code on GitHub or visit our documentation, which is, I think, is very comprehensive now. And everyone is welcome to contribute in any way, whether it's code or documentation or feedback. Okay, finally, I want to thank all the sponsors for your support. Your encouragement is what keeps me going on in open source. Right now, I'm in the open source funded by open source sponsorship. If you'd like to support my work, you can sponsor me on GitHub. Thank you. And that's all for my talk. I hope you guys you enjoy. Thank you.